Good evening and welcome to the BSR Kia Club Series in association with Club 73 Karting and XL Designs. It's the grand finale, the final two rounds of the championship here from Donington Park on the national circuit. Hello, my name's Paul Smith. Alongside me is Dan Blake as always, and Samuli Kumo is on the cameras tonight. And well, as we say, it's the final two rounds. 9 weeks these drivers have been competing, and it all comes down to this. And well, first of all, we'll have a look at the driver standings, and at the moment it's Pete Harrod who is at the top of the standings with 1,086 points, 51 points ahead of both Maciej Sakovic and Adam Gosling, with Michael Hall in third and Michael Hall in fourth and John Richardson in fifth. Those are the only drivers that can still mathematically win this championship, but unfortunately for us, Maciej Sakovic will not be able to compete tonight, so he is out of the championship race, which is really, really unfortunate for him. But well, look at the rest of the standings. Liam Atkins, he's in 6th place. His Phil Race Motorsport teammate, he's in 6th, with Philip Johansson in 7th, Matt Bunn in 8th, Neil Bamber in 9th, and Clinton Bell in 10th. A couple of notable people further down. Ben Hackerson, he served that 2-race penalty last week. He's back racing tonight. And a couple of the race winners down there, Ian Roskell, Ben Warburton, and let's not forget Lee Hyo-chan, course, who has had equipment failure and has been unable to compete for the rest of the championship. And in the team standings, well, it's a CQR win. There is no way that anyone could catch them. They are the team's champions, so congratulations to them on their magnificent win. Second place, it's Fail Race Motorsport. They can't be caught either in second place, so they're in that position. And then you've got a little bit of a battle here. Club 73 Karting, Club 73 Team Eye Glazing 3rd and 4th, with Gone Broke Racing in 5th and ARF in 6th. Right Motorsports just behind them in 7th, and Powerslide Motorsports, Half Baked Racing, Team Mad and Team Superior in the 11th place. And well, Dan, it's a fascinating championship to finish it off, and we've got quite the number of drivers who can compete and possibly win this championship tonight.
Yeah, we're down to 3 unfortunately with Magic not racing, but this really is going to be a fantastic meeting of racing. We see this Kia Club Series produce some great racing. I think the Donington Park National Circuit really will suit the car, and I think we'll just see another couple of great races. And it's a shame we're not seeing Magic, but Pete Harrod's just doing what he's done all season, really, been very consistent. Currently 4th in qualified, and he knows that if he carries on what he's been doing so far, that he will finish this race meeting as a champion.
Well, I mean, we'll just have to look at some of the... it's quite complicated with who can finish where, but basically, if Pete Harrod wins, he has to just get 50 more points than Maciej Sakovic and Adam Gosling in the first race. So if Pete Harrod wins, Sakovic, well, obviously Sakovic isn't racing, but if Adam Gosling finishes no higher than 11th, then Pete Harrod will be the champion. It's as simple as that for that one. It's more difficult for people like Michael Hall and John Richardson. Michael Hall, if he wins the if he finishes in the top 14, he will still be within a shout of winning the championship, but it'll be incredibly hard. But he must finish at least 2 places ahead of Pete Harrod to be able to do that. And John Richardson, he must finish in the top 3, but he also must finish at least 12 places ahead of Pete Harrod to take it into that final round. So it's all a bit confusing, but we will have that all sorted by the end of tonight, and we will be having Jeroen Kaiser doing us a favour and updating the scores as we go on tonight as well, to keep us abreast of what's happening in the championship after the first race. But as we say, qualifying going on at the moment, and so far we've got a few drivers in the mix here. Matt Bunn actually currently in provisional pole at the moment, but there's still about 3.5 minutes left in this. But Ian Roskell, fantastic to see him up there. He's been a little bit off the pace the last couple of races. He's up in 3rd place at the moment, but the CQR team, they're working together trying to get the draft, and they're just coming in for one final pit stop. So Dan, it's vitally important for people like Michael Hall to get a win, or at least to finish up as high up as possible in this first race.
Michael Hall, we've seen through the course of the season, race 1 been very strong for him. You said that Adam Gosling had to finish 11th or above. And in qualifying, he's actually currently in 11th place. And John Richardson's task made it a lot harder by the fact he's got to start at the back of the grid and not qualify. So he's got to go from 32nd to 3rd to be in contention. And if he can get from 32nd to 3rd, he will fully deserve to be in that, because that will take some drive.
Another name that we haven't seen really in the top half of the standings this season, Charlie Richardson, John Richardson's teammate, up in 9th place at the moment in qualifying, so he's going well. And Donington Park, it's an interesting track. It's quite a flowing track as well, isn't it? With only a couple overtaking spots really.
Yeah, it's not many braking zones either really. The main braking zones you've got around Donington Park are probably going down into Redgate, the first corner, and that final chicane. The old hairpin is still quite a quick corner, the one at the bottom of the Craner curves. You've also got McLean's and Coppice, not particularly, then there's no real second gear below. You're going quite fast throughout the whole of the track, as you say, very fast and flowing. And you were saying about Ian Roskell before, remember Ian Roskell actually won the second race at Road Atlanta last time out, so he's another one who could be in contention for a victory in this race. But CQR have really shown in the second half of the season that they are the force to be reckoned with, and quite rightly won the team championship. They work very well together as a team. We see them utilising the draft quite a bit in qualifying, and it just shows that they're doing a good job. But qualifying sessions only got about 1 minute and 20 seconds to go, so people who are currently on the run, got Adam Gosling just coming down the back straight now, so be interested to see if he can move up from that 11th place and aid his championship hopes.
Absolutely, and well, could we see a few final drivers trying to sneak a first victory in the series this season? Because
off track there for Gosling. He's gone wide out the final corner, so this will be his last opportunity with 1 minute to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam Gosling currently, where is he in the
P11?
Yeah, so not going well for him so far. But Pete Harrod, he's just doing what he has to do and be sort of finishing in and about the top sort of 5 or 6 drivers to be able to get a good starting position. But these races, they are 20 minutes long, and as we've seen so often in this championship, anything does happen and can happen in these races.
Oh, exactly. The BSR Club Series, nothing's taken for granted at all, and Adam Gosling's actually aborted that qualifying run, so that's the end of his session. So the best he's going to finish is 11th place. Pete Howard would be delighted to see that, considering he's in 4th, but Michael Hall in 2nd place probably won't please him so much. But it poises us for a fantastic first race here at Donington Park, and I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be an interesting race. You've got the 2 CQR drivers up there, Ian Roskell, Pete Howard, Clinton Bell, also a very good run for him. He's currently 5th at the moment, and we've seen at the Silverstone International race that he can pull some good overtaking moves when he has to. I think that was a move of the season when you're on 2 of them round the outside. So Clinton Bell also not been at the front the whole season, but proving that he is up there today.
Well, as we're just waiting for the final few cars to come across the line, and is that everybody who's coming through? There's a couple more still to put in a lap time in. Pete Harrod still coming into the final chicane at the moment. Will he improve his time through the final chicane? Launches over that right curb. The car behind is aborting their lap, but Pete Harrod is going to go across the line here, but not able to make that work, so he isn't going to improve.
Alex Bristow's improved, Paul, up to 3rd place. We've got CQR 1T3.
As we have Philip Johansson coming across the line now, he's just completing his lap. He's got somebody behind him as well. Philip Johansson not able to improve, but the man behind, James Leggett, does improve. So he's moving up, and well, we're nearly done for people as Roy Verka goes across the line. And well, yeah, so that's it. So on pole position for this race, Michael Hall pulled it out in the last lap of his qualifying run. Fantastic work from him. He's on pole position with a 108.827. His teammate Matthew Bunn is in 2nd place. Perfect position for Michael Hall in this race. 2nd place for Matthew Bunn, with his teammate also Alec Bristow in 3rd place. So it's a CQR 1, 2, 3. Fantastic teamwork from them there. Ian Roskell is in 4th place. Our championship leader Pete Harrod will be keeping an eye on him. He's in 5th place at the moment on the grid. 6th place it's Clinton Bell. Good qualifying session from him. Liam Atkins, the only fail race driver today, he's in 7th place. Ben Gregory in 8th, with Charlie Richardson in 9th and Ben Hackerson in 10th. Adam Gosling, the closest person in the championship, he is in 11th place. Seems to be struggling around here a little bit. And our other championship contender, as we were saying, John Richardson, starting all the way at the back of the grid. So it's the final 2 rounds, and Dan, what's your predictions? Are we going to see chaos, or are we going to have a good clean racing?
I think Michael Hall is at quite an advantage. Not only is he on pole, but he's got two CQR teammates just behind him to act as rear gunners. And I think now, with them sealing that team's championship, that'll be the main priority, to see Michael Hall win the Drivers' Championship. And Pete Harrod's in 5th, so he won't have to take any risks, I don't think, really, because he's got quite a point gap over Michael Hall. But with his two teammates behind him, I think he'll find it hard to maybe have a go at that CQR driver. But we'll see, because 20 minutes of racing is starting shortly.
Absolutely. Michael Hall, 109 points behind in the championship standings, behind Pete Harrod going into this. So he still has a chance. There are 200 points on offer if you win both the first race and the second race. So plenty of action could come yet. We're just waiting for the final few drivers to get onto the grid, and then we'll be all set for this race here. As the drivers are set now, the lights are about to go red, and we're here for the penultimate race in this season 2 of the BSR Kia Club Series. The revs rise, and away we go in this round 19 race. Michael Hall with a fantastic getaway there, straight away pulls ahead of his teammate, and it's Matthew Bunn in second place, and in third, it's actually Ian Roskell who's moved up to third. We've got crashing behind
Liam Atkins I saw going off on the entrance of Redgate. But there's also another crash right about the 29 car and the 23 involved. 23 is Andrew Woodhouse, I believe, with a selfie car, and unfortunately he's been a bit of a first lap bother.
Absolutely. Liam Atkins cutting across the grass on the inside. Ben Warburton's got a beaten car, and so too has Alex Everett as well at the back. But still, at the front, it's Michael Hall with a 0.5 second gap over his teammate Matthew Bunn. Clinton Bell is up to third place from 6th on the grid. Fantastic start from him there, to be able to jump up 3 places there at the start, with Ian Roskell right behind. Pete Harrod, though, doing exactly what he needs to do, just get good points, and he's in 6th place at the moment, with Charlie Richardson right behind him.
Yeah, also a very poor start from Alex Bristow. He started in 3rd place, dropped down to 5th, but importantly for Michael Hall, he's still ahead of Pete Harrod. But as you say, you got 6th place in Charlie Richardson, 7th Ben Gregory, with Ben Hackerson 8th, James Leggett up to 9th, and Philip Johansson 10th from 16th on the grid. So a good start from Philip Johansson.
So in the first lap, Michael Hall leads, Matthew Bunn second, Clinton Bell third, Ian Roskell in 4th place, trying to go past Clinton Bell. Alex Bristow now getting onto the back of Ian Roskell. Pete Harrod in 6th, Joel Richardson 7th, Ben Gregory in 8th place, with Ben Haxton in 9th and James Leggett in 10th place. We can tell you that John Richardson has already made it up to 23rd place, so a good first lap from him at the start there. And we've got, well, it's action all over once again, but everybody so far seems to be behaving.
Another one of our championship contenders has struggled a bit. Adam Gosling down to 22nd place. So at the moment things are looking pretty good for Pete Harrod. Adam Gosling not having a good first lap at all, down in 22nd as they cross the line, and that's the last thing that he would have wanted for the start of this race.
Yeah, currently 21st at the moment, but seemingly struggling around here. But as we go down towards the chicane again, any moves further back into that chicane, it is an overtaking spot. And well, we've got one of the Warburton cars. That is Perry Warburton, was looking down the inside, but he's run wide on the exit of the chicane, and that's going to let Neil Bamber and Andrew Woodhouse through up a place. So Perry Warburton losing 2 places there, down to 17th.
Yeah, Perry Warburton down into 17th place, and he's got, as you say, a hive of cars around him, Andrew Woodhouse, Neil Bamber. And what happened for Adam Gosling was he had a slowdown going through Old Hairpin on the first lap, so he was a victim of a first lap slowdown, which we know is quite brutal compared to other laps as it is, so very
got
unfortunate.
a car off.
Oh, there's a car off behind. That is the 26th of Jay Wright.
Yeah, Jay Wright just coming back on, side swiping Dave Crozier as he comes back on, and Adam Gosling is in with that lot as well, so Adam Gosling getting caught up in action here. Roy Favake goes into the side of Jay Wright, and well, he's managed to make his way through. Adam Gosling going down the inside of one of the Team Mad cars, so he's made the place upon Dave Crozier there, so plenty of action further down in the field. But at the front, Michael Hall and Matt Bunn are trying to make a breakaway here. They're working together to try and gap Clinton Bell.
Yeah, and that's what they need to do if they're going to help Michael Hall gain this Drivers' Championship from a very, he's not the favourite by far, but he's got his teammate Matthew Bunn behind him, Clinton Bell third, and as we say, Pete Harrod down in 6th place, but I think he'll be quite content with that at the moment. As far as our other championship contenders goes, we said Adam
Pete Harrod
Gosling.
side by side.
Okay, Pete Harrod, as you say, going side by side down the Craner curve as he just about loses out there though to Charlie Richardson. So Charlie Richardson, John Richardson's teammate, taking some points off of Pete Harrod as well. And John Richardson was doing 23rd in that lap, so he's 23rd, and Adam Gosling was 18th in the lap. So Adam Gosling's next target is in fact Perry Warburton. He's going to try and make a move, I think now. He's on the outside, and he's not quite going to make it stick, I don't think, although he's going to get a better exit. And Adam Gosling, as they go up to Coppice, he's going to try and take the position, and yes, he's going to do it. So fantastic move there from Adam Gosling. And now the next car he's got in front of him is the Gone Broke racing car of Neil Bamber.
Well, is Pete Harrod playing the percentage game here? Did he decide to let Charlie Richardson have the line there just so they didn't have any contact because he's worried about winning this championship? Is that what's going on? As Ian Roskell looks down the inside of Clinton Bell but doesn't make the move.
I think Pete knows what he has to do to win the championships. If he gets 2 decent points finishes and isn't out the top 10 and can stay out of trouble, he knows that he's the favourite coming into this round. He doesn't need to take any unnecessary risks. It's drivers like Michael Hall, Adam Gosling and John Richardson, they're the ones who have to maybe go a bit outside the box. And Pete Harrod at the 51-point lead, it's his series to lose really. I think he knows that himself. So he'll be driving in a way which he means he'll be driving within his means by sure. And if it means losing a couple of places, I think he'd rather do that than get himself involved in a potential danger flashpoint.
Well, we saw last season with the finale in the series season 1 of the championship here at Donington that Maciej Cekovic in the final race of the championship ended up getting disqualified from that final race, and it was only because Ben Hackerson didn't get the place across the line that Maciej ended up winning the championship. So it just shows the defined margins that go on in this championship, and Pete he raced in that race last season. He knows not to do that. It's Clinton Bell and Ian Roskell once again looking side by side going into Redgate, and this is allowing Matt Bunn and Michael Hall to pull away even more.
Yeah, the 2 CQR drivers working together, they're pulling away, but this is a great battle for the final round, for the final step on the podium. It's not Ian Roskell win that last round at Road America, but very wide out of odd hairpin, and Alex Bristow does not need a second invitation now. He's going to try and go round the outside, but Ian Roskell does well to defend it, but I don't think it's going to be too long before Bristow gets past. He looks very determined at the moment.
Bristow has been showing a lot of pace in that CQR car, and even though all these teams are running the same setup across the board, it's a fixed setup for this championship, so every driver has the same car, and well, Malik Bristow just seems to have really clicked with this setup around this track, and it's certainly working for him as he's looking towards the inside of Ian Roskell down into the final chicane, but not close enough yet to make that move stick going through that final chicane.
He's also got to watch his mirrors because Charlie Richardson is looking very quick in that ARF car. I don't think Charlie was with us last week at Road Atlanta, but right on the back here of Alex Bristow is going to go around the outside at Redgate. He's going to have to be braking a little bit later in order to get that move done. He's not quite going to make it done. It was pushed wide though. But Pete Harrod and the car behind him, that's one of the eye glazing machines, Ben Gregory. So they're pulling away from the pack behind, led by Ben Hackerson, but that is our main battle, I think, at the moment between Bristow, Richardson, Harrod and Gregory in the bottom end of that top 10.
Chas Draycott is battling as well with one of the Wrights. That's Max Wright. He's got John Richardson right behind him. So John Richardson has only made it up to 22nd at the moment as Chas looks down the inside into the old hairpin. Doesn't make it through this time. But those guys are battling away. Neil Bamber is battling away also with Adam Gosling. And, well, Gosling has made it past Neil Bamber, but he's got Bamber up on his rear bumper at the moment, putting the pressure on, and as every minute ticks away, as we go more and more laps into this race, the gaps are going to increase between drivers, and the less chances of Adam Gosling making up those vital positions that he needs, as Pete Harrod has made it up past Charlie Richardson, and so too has Ben Gregory.
Yeah, so Charlie Richardson losing 2 places there, and that's more points for Pete Harrod every little hap. So you say the margins between success and failure in this BSR Kia Club Series in past seasons have shown that every position counts, and although Pete Harrod won't take any risk, if there's a position open which is pretty easy, he's going to try and take that, and now he finds himself on the back of the other CQR car of Alex Bristow. Takes a little bit of dirt there coming out of the old hairpin, but I think quite a few judge drivers are doing that today, and I think Pete Howard will feel a little bit more confident if he can get past Alex Bristow, because I don't think Bristow is not going to try anything stupid, but he knows that Bristow probably is not going to make it very easy for him to get past.
So far we have lost 2 drivers from this race so far. Chris Sherburn unfortunately had a few technical issues and we lost him before the start of this race, and Liam Atkins, of course, with that lap 1 incident, he is out of the race as well. Everyone else still running at the moment, and well, Alex Bristow, he'll be feeling under pressure because his teammate will be wanting him to do everything he can to keep Pete Harrod behind, as we've got contact between Charlie Richardson and Ben Gregory. Ben Gregory's coming across the track in front of Philip Johansson. Not the best re-entry onto the track there from Ben Gregory, but well, out of control certainly, but that was a big incident there.
Yeah, what happened was, just having a look now on the replay, it looks like Ben Gregory caught the curb, which sort of lost some momentum. Charlie Richardson went around the outside, there was contact between the two. Gregory went hard into the wall and he pulled back right in the middle of traffic, but I don't think there's too much you could have done about that. The car bounced back in, but a very, very lucky escape. I think we'll see Ben Gregory go down the pit lane at the end of this lap, because that car is pretty damaged.
Yeah, that is well and truly damaged, is that front end, as Jim Flanagan just makes his way past Ben Gregory. So big incident happening behind Pete Harrod, but Pete won't mind that because that's given him a bit of a gap now between him and Charlie Richardson, so he can concentrate fully on Alex Bristow and getting past him. And we've just gone over halfway, so we've got 9.5 minutes left, and well, at the halfway point it is still Michael Hall who leads this race. We've got Matt Bunn in 2nd place, 3rd place is Clinton Bell with Ian Ruskell in 4th, Alex Bristow in 5th, just ahead of Pete Harrod in 6th place, Charlie Richardson 7th with Philip Johansson 8th, Ben Hackerson 9th, and James Leggett in 10th place. And well, this is all happening as Gregory pits.
Yeah, Gregory into the pits, and just watching the battle here between Adam Gosling and Tristan Bottas at 12th place. And now down the crane and curve, side by side, Gosling makes a stick, so a great move by Adam Gosling. He'll have it sorted out by the time we get into Old Hairpin, so he's passed the 2 gone broke cars and now up into 12th place. Next car for him is the Team Mad car of Jim Flanagan, but Tristan Bottas isn't giving that position up very easily. He's going to try and pull alongside our championship contender here, and Adam Gosling still has a position at the moment, but there's some fierce racing back there for 12th place.
Adam Gosling, well, as Tristan Bottas and his teammate Neil Bamber are going side by side, and Gosling now side by side with Tristan Bottas through Coppice and now down the Starkey Straight. The side by side, who will have, well, Gosling has the line going into the chicane here. Will he be later on the brakes? Will he have to give space? Oh, Bottas is hit from behind, and it was his teammate Neil Bamber who hit it. Andrew Woodhouse is involved there as well in the selfie car. He's had to get out of it as well, and that's let one of the Warburtons pass. That's Perry Warburton. He's gone past now, and well, who needs friends when you got teammates like that?
Exactly. A little bit of a humorous moment there. I don't think they'll find it humorous, but yeah, 2 gone broke racing cars colliding with each other, and that's now going to allow the car of, I think that's Perry Warburton. Yeah, Perry Warburton now is going to have a try and go down the inside of Tristan Bottas into the old hairpin. Andrew Woodhouse looking intently as if he's going to pick up any places that go awry here, but not far behind these drivers in 18th place, John Richardson. He's just gone past Chaz Draycott. And Chaz Draycott, because quite a few of the drivers have pictures of themselves on the car, I noticed the Woodhouse selfie theme catching on. Chaz Draycott has a little picture of himself on the side of that car as well by a number, and Michael Jones also. So the Woodhouse selfie trend seems to cause a bit of a trend for the final race of the season.
Well, the battle for the lead is intensifying because Matthew Bunn is going to have to play defensive to Michael Hall, because you've got Clinton Bell and Neil Roskell have caught right up to this leading duo. So the CQR team having to, they were thinking they were going to just pull away and get away from everyone. Well, it's not so, because these two are now going to battle on the hands with Clinton Bell and Ian Roskell.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's caught up a little bit to these 2 CQR cars, because they were pulling away, but even Alex Bristow and Pete Harrod behind him, they seem to have closed up a little bit as well on Michael Hall and Matthew Bunn. And Clinton Bell looks very menacing on the back end of Matthew Bunn's car there as they come now towards say McLean's, and he's very, very dangerous, Clinton Bell. He wants to make that move on Matthew Bunn, but Ian Ruskell not far behind him as well. But I definitely think these positions might change pretty quickly, because it seems at the moment as if in fact, Michael Hall seems to be pulling away a little bit from Matthew Bunn. I wonder if Bunn's going to try and hold up the pack a little bit and let Hall get free from this, but we'll soon see if that's the case.
That's a dangerous game to play, though, if you're planning on doing that, because one little mistake and you could lose the 2 places, and that gets them free of Matt Bunn to attack the race leader Michael Hall.
It's a dangerous game to play. I don't think they are playing it, but it's got to be something that's in the CQR drivers' minds, because that is their main objective, I think, for this meeting. You've got to think is to give Michael Hall the best chance possible at that Drivers' Championship.
Roy Ververke is battling with Andrew Woodhouse at the moment. They're side by side through the final chicane. And Roy Ververke, well, he's got the inside line now going towards Redgate down the start and finish straight. And it's Roy Ververke who's taken that place ahead of Andrew Woodhouse. Andrew Woodhouse with a lot of damage on the front of his car. He loses another place to Max Wright. So certainly that damage causing a lot of issues with the handling of that Kia.
Yeah, that's happened on the last lap as he was. Well, we didn't see him that far down before. He did lose a place at the old hairpin though to Chaz Drake. It went wide across the grass, but it seems like there's some damage. And yeah, coming out the last corner as well, Andrew Woodhouse didn't have the best of exits, lost a bit of time, but at the front, as you say, Michael Hall and Matthew Bunn leading the way.
Pete Harrod is looking on Alex Bristow. He's trying to get past the CQR driver of Alex Bristow, but not able to make the move. But he was certainly darting out to look there as we're into the final 5 minutes of this race. And it's been absolutely enthralling, edge of your seat stuff for some of these drivers. It's really close at the front here, though. Michael Hall, he's got a 6/10 of a second lead over his teammates, Matthew Bunn. Then Clinton Bell is in third, only just half a second behind Matt Bunn, with Ian Ruskell in fourth. Alec Bristow having to defend stoutly against Pete Harrod. Pete won't do anything stupid though. He's in 6th place, he's in a good position for good championship points, but he's got Charlie Richardson catching up to the back of him at the moment, so Pete will be conscious of that. Charlie has passed him once already in this race. You've got Philip Johansson, he's in 8th place, he's battling away with Ben Hackerson at the moment, with James Leggett, race winner in this championship from Silverstone. He is in 10th place at the moment, with Adam Gosling now up to 11th place, but not really close enough, you would think, to be able to make a move on that 10th place.
Quite a bit of a distance, but if I remember rightly, one of those championship permutations had Gosling having to finish 11th or above, which he's doing at the moment, and it looks like going into the final race we could have at least 2 drivers in contention.
Traffic at the front here. Michael Hall weaving, trying to get their attention, but these two are battling away. This is Alex Everett and Ben Warburton. They're battling for position. Andrew Woodhouse is out the race. I think he's got a disqualification. He's tumbling down the order on our timing screens, but this is an important point in the race here for Michael Hall. He needs to get past Alex Everett and Ben Warburton.
Yeah, it's not the final. If it's a final lap, you can maybe understand them not wanting to drop that lap down, so they will get the reverse grid pole. But there's more than
it's 3 minutes.
It's 3 minutes to go, and they really, I think, need to get out of the way because they're really holding up Michael Hall. Matthew Bunn very close behind, and Clinton Bell as well. Michael Hall there gets out, starts out, say, "Come on, boys, let me through. I need to let me past here." And I think Michael Hall will be getting a little bit frustrated behind the wheel of that CQR car because that train of cars is catching up to him very quickly.
Matt Bunn is also trying to get their attention, but they're not moving out the way. But this is it. Those two are battling for position here, and how difficult is it for them to let the leaders pass but also still be in that battle?
It will ruin their battle, unfortunately, but you've got to think though, if it was the last lap, I could understand it, and I can see what they're going to try and do, because obviously being the last car in the lead lap gives you the reverse grid pole position, of course, so let's not forget that. They are what they'll think of is they're fighting for that pole position. If they can keep Michael Hall behind, then there's a chance they could do that. Michael Hall may not want to take too many risks though behind these two back markers, knowing he's got championship to think about. And also the two cars battling. Alex Everett's going to go past Warburton here, so now Warburton's going to move over.
Most of it. Yep.
Yeah, he's moved straight out of it.
Oh, Matt Bunn just having to get out of the way. That compromises his line into McLean's there, but they're all able to make it through. Matt Bunn doing a good job keeping Clinton Bell behind at the moment, but Clinton Bell, he's looking like he wants to take opportunity now. He's wanting to try and get the better run out of Coppice now, down the Starkey Straight as they go over that little rise there, and Clinton Bell looking to the inside at the moment, not able to make that move stick as he goes into that final chicane for yet another lap, and we've got about 1:20 left on the clock. block, and Alex Everett is still ahead of Michael Hall, but he's not battling anyone, so really you would have thought he would move over, but here comes Clinton Bell, looking to the outside into Redgate, and behind Alex Bristow loses a position to Charlie Richardson, so Pete Harrod's down to 7th, Alex Bristow down to 6th, Charlie Richardson is the man on the move.
2 positions and 2 laps for Charlie Richardson. He got past Pete Harrod on the previous lap in a fantastic move down the inside there of Alex Bristow. Puts Charlie Richardson into the top 5 now. So he won the ARF cars there. Charlie Richardson is 6th. The other one is John Richardson down in 16th place. You've got to think if it stays like this, that will be the end of his championship contention, unfortunately.
Neil Bamber is battling with Jim Flanagan over 13th place at the moment. Tristan Bodis just ahead of them. Neil Bamber 0.2 of a second behind. He's really putting the pressure on Jim Flanagan at the moment, but certainly this battle is going to go on and on to the end here. But Michael Hall coming into the final chicane now with Alex Everett ahead of him still as we go on to the final lap. And well, Alex Everett, he's obviously keeping enough pace up to keep ahead of Michael Hall, but there's a real battle behind him because Clinton Bell wants that second place on the podium.
Yeah, Clinton Bell very, very keen to get past the CQR car Matthew Bunn, and Alex Everett isn't one of the slow drivers in the series. I think he's probably been involved in an incident which has put him back that far. We've seen him in the last few meetings beyond pace with the top 5, top 10, so I think Michael Hall in this final lap, just as long as Alex Everett can keep a quick pace, he might be content to sit behind him because he's got about a second back to his teammate Matthew Bunn. I think he knows he's safe for Matthew Bunn. It's just if Clinton Bell was to get past, although he's going to try and have to go down the inside of Everett here or there, and didn't quite manage to make a move, Michael Hall and Alex Everett. I think he would really rather be past Alex Everett in all honesty, but I don't think unless he makes a move here into the final corner that he's going to be able to take it, and that will give Alex Everett the reverse grid pole, but Michael Hall, more importantly, the race win. Well,
out of copies to go, down Starkey Straight, Clinton Bell, he's looking like he's wanted to make that move into the final chicane. He's going to throw it over the curbs. It's a little bit of contact with Matthew Bunn, but he doesn't make it through. Ian Roskell runs wide, but it's Michael Hall who's going to take another victory in this championship. In this second season, he takes the victory with Matthew Bunn, his teammate, in second place. Clinton Bell finishing third with Ian Roskell in fourth. We've still got battling going on down further below, and Adam Gosling looks like he's had to serve a slow down penalty across the line. He finishes in 11th place, so he's still technically in with a championship contendership, but it's going to be extremely difficult from there for him. And well, John Richardson ends up finishing in 17th place, so it would appear that it's going to be a very big struggle for him to be able to make that championship run into the final round. But a man who should be happy going into this final round is Michael Hall. He wins the race ahead of his teammate Matt Bunn. Clinton Bell third, Ian Roskell in fourth with Alec Bristow. Good result for him. Started third. Will be disappointed to have lost a couple of places, but finishes in 5th place, taking points away from the championship contender Pete Harrod. Charlie Richardson in 6th place in the end with Pete Harrod in 7th. Ben Hackerson finishes 8th with Philip Johansson 9th. James Leggett finishing out your top 10. Adam Gosling, as I said, 11th place. Tristan Bodis 12th with Jim Flanagan in 13th place. Neil Bamber not able to... In fact, didn't Neil Bamber make that place? No, he didn't. Neil Bamber finishes in 14th place. Jay Wright 15th with Perry Warburton 16th. John Richardson, as I said earlier, finished in 17th place. Roy Ververke in 18th with Max Wright 19th. 20th place for Chaz Draycott. He'll be disappointed with that result today. 21st was Craig Evans. 22nd, Trevor Blackburn. 23rd, Michael Jones. 24th, and the final driver to finish on the lead lap, Alex Everett, on 24th place. Then the cars laps down, Dave Crozier, Neil Rocks and Stuart Atkinson. Ben Warburton 3 laps down. Andrew Woodhouse ended up retiring from that race, so too did Ben Gregory, Liam Atkins, and unfortunately, as I said, Chris Sherburn were lost before the start of the race. Well, Dan, that was action packed. That was all the way through, and it was tense for the leading contenders.
Yeah, they all stayed in the pack, but I think you got to see the big winner from this race being Pete Harrod, finishing P7, very consistent. I know before the start of this race, Michael Hall was 109 behind, which meant he had to outscore Pete Harrod by 9 just to be in contention for that second race. He will be in contention for the second race, but I think even now for Michael Hall, it's still going to be a very tall task. He's going to need to have something happen to Pete Harrod, quite dramatic, I think, in order to be able to take the championship, because despite the win, he was 109 behind, of course, and yeah, I think Michael Hall will be very happy that first race win, but I still think at the moment Pete Harrod with that 7th place has got to be the favourite. Also, Adam Gosling finished in 11th place as well, so he didn't drop too many points on Pete Harrod, but I think Pete Harrod's extended his lead over Adam Gosling, and Michael Hall still in contention, of course, but I think at the moment he still will be in 3rd, or maybe 2nd place, but I think there's going to be a good, probably 50, 60, 70, well, more than that, probably about 60, 70 points between the 2nd place driver and Pete Harrod, and I think this will be the race that Pete Harrod pretty much seals the championship. I think if he stays out of trouble in the next race, I think he'll probably have a 60, 70 point lead, which is quite a big in terms of this series.
Well, let's speak to our race winner, who's done everything that he can do, and that's Michael Hall. Well done, Michael, for that win in that first race.
Yeah, cheers, Paul. My tyres were pretty much gone near the end of that, and the back markers weren't making anything easy, but yeah, we got the win in the end.
How important was it for you to have your teammate Matt Bunn behind you, though, just able to hold Clinton Bell and also Ian Roskell behind?
Oh, really important. Yeah, Matt done a good job, and Alex as well, because although I think Pete only needs to keep it clean in the next race, you never know. He might end up on his roof, so anything can happen.
Well, we certainly saw in season 1 that Maciej Sakovic ended up getting disqualified from the final race, so anything can still happen. But just on another note, going into this round, it was CQR winning the team's championship going into this final round. So congratulations for that for your team.
Yeah, thank you very much. We've done a good job, especially in qualifying as well, and with the 1, 2, 3 today. So yeah, good teamwork, good couple of drivers.
So what's your approach into this final race then?
Flat out. See what happens.
It's quite difficult to overtake here, isn't it, though? That's the thing.
Yeah, it can be, but we'll see what happens. Who knows?
Well, all the best for you, Michael. Hopefully it goes well for you in the second race.
Cheers, Paul.
So yeah, so Michael Hall there with the CQR team doing a fantastic job there to win that first race in this tonight's finale. And well, we're going to just step aside for a couple of minutes just while we get our breath back and while we do a few back of an envelope calculations to find out what the championship standings are going into this final race. So we will join you pretty shortly for the final race of the second season of the BSR Kia Club Series in association with Club 73 Karting and XL Designs. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
what a move. Truex on the outside, contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Did even give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back to the finale of the BSR Kia Club Series here in association with Club 73 Karting and XL Designs. And after an exciting and tense first race here at Donington, we are now down to the final race. And just to give you guys an idea of the championship as it stands at the moment, Pete Harrod has got about a 71-point lead over Adam Gosling, with Michael Hall 79 points behind him. So it's going to be really close. And Dan, just quickly talk us through what each of those drivers need to do.
Yeah, so Pete Harrod needs to finish 15th or above in this race to win the championship. No matter what Michael Hall, Adam Gosling do, that's all you need to do is finish 15th. Obviously, if Pete Harrod was to have a problem and crash, get involved in something, and he was to drop right down the field, that would give our championship something really tasty. It means that Adam Gosling would have to finish 6th or above to win the championship, and Michael Hall 5th or above. But I believe those are just if Pete Harrod's not scoring points in this race.
Absolutely. It all gets a bit complicated if you've got finishing sort of like after with only a few points or whatever. But we will bring you that all at the end of the race. It's but it does feel like a real sort of end of term sort of feel to the championship now. It's the final race. Do you think we'll just see sort of maybe drivers letting the hair down and trying the moves that maybe they would have been afraid to have done at the start of the season?
I think they will be a bit more relaxed, but at the same time, they've got to remember there's still a championship being decided. You don't want to be too reckless where you're putting yourself and others in unnecessary danger and unnecessary risk as such. It's not a free-for-all, it's still a race sanctioned by the BSR, it's still a championship race, and although they will probably be a bit more relaxed, they still need to be respectful of the series, and there's still some battles to be sorted out.
Now, for season 3, we are going to lose a few drivers. I know for sure that Liam Atkins and Matt Bunn are not going to be racing next season because they're moving up into the Pro Series. I do believe there's people like Ben Hackerson and Philip Johansson looking to move up as well into the Pro Series. So it's showing that this championship really is a good feeder and a good proving ground for those wanting to move up into the Pro Series.
Exactly, that's what the series partly what it was formed for, is to give new drivers to the Kia the chance to race it in a competitive setting and to show to the drivers in the Pro Series and the teams that they are able to do well in the car, and if they're given, just give them a chance in the Pro Series. I know that the drivers who are in the, as well as Ben Hackerson we've seen in the Pro Series before, but there's drivers like Philip Johansson who've not really, they've done the odd couple of races but not been featured in the Pro Series. It's purely from their performances in this Kia Club Series that they're attracting attention from the Pro Series teams, and it's no different to real motorsport. This is like the Clio Cup, you could say, of the BSR TC. It's the one below. It's where the teams and drivers are looking for new potential talent, and there's people we haven't seen driving the Kia much before in this series who proved they are rather apt, including of course Pete Harrod, who you got to say is still the favourite to win this championship. People wouldn't have probably heard of Pete Harrod before the start of this before the start of the Club Series, so it's giving new drivers a chance to try this Kia Optima and to prove they've got talent in it.
So, on pole position, it's Alex Everett with Michael Jones in second place, Trevor Blackburn starting in third with Craig Evans in fourth, Ches Draycott in fifth with Max Wright in sixth, Roy Verke seventh, Perry Warburton in eighth, Jay Wright ninth, and Neil Bamber in 10th place. Our championship rivals, well, you've got Adam Gosling, he is in 13th. You've got Pete Harrod, he's starting 17th, and Michael Hall starting 23rd on the grid. John Richardson, he has got a back of grid penalty in this one as well, so that's why everybody has moved up one place towards the back end of that grid. And well, we're getting ready for the final round of the BSR Kia Club Series here on Apex Racing TV. The cars are ready now on the grid. The lights will go red. The drivers, just one more pause, and then we will go racing. Good start from Alex Everett there, getting a great jump off the line to get clear in the lead. Trevor Blackburn moving down the inside into second place, and you just look at that sea of Kias going into that first corner. Hopefully there won't be any incidents as we all go through that first corner. Cars running wide on the grass, but able to avoid any incidents, but they're going too wide and possibly even three wide down the corner curves towards the old hairpin for the first time.
Philip Johansson's lost control of his Cub 73 car when the ball went to Pete Harris done well there to avoid an accident behind him as well as Liam Atkins off. Johansson's coming back on the track just ahead of Pete Harris. He has to be careful here. He does well to avoid it, but Pete Harris, a couple of scary moments already, crashes happening around him, but he's managed to survive that one. He's got one of the CQR drivers behind him. That's Michael Hall. So Michael Hall is already just behind the car, Pete Harrod.
And well, Adam Gosling is looking to the inside of Charlie Richardson as one of the Gombrot cars has a slowdown. And well, that's allowed Adam Gosling to go down the inside of Charlie Richardson, and he's looking down the inside of who is that he's looking down the inside of? It's the 45 car. Is that Neil Bamber? So yes, he's going through this little bit of contact there going into that final chicane. But at the front, we've actually got Trevor Blackburn in the lead. So Trevor Blackburn is in the lead. What's happened to Alex Everett?
Alex Everett, yeah, he's lost a lot of time. And Alex
he's
Everett,
in the pits.
He's in the pits. That's very unfortunate for Alex Everett. I would look and see what's happened to Alex Everett, but we're going to concentrate on the championship contenders, of course. Pete Harrod currently in 15th place. That is all he needs to be. If Pete Harrod stays in his 15th place, whatever he does, he'll be good enough. But Michael Hall, Danny inside of him at the old hairpin, the two championship contenders, or two of them, going side by side, and Pete Harrod and Michael Hall. And I think Pete Harrod may be a little bit wise here to let Michael Hall go, because Michael Hall, he just needs that 15th place, Harrod, and yeah, he's moving right out of the way. Good driving there from Pete Harrod. I don't think he'll fight Michael Hall too badly, because Michael Hall will still then only be in 15th place.
Well, Michael Hall down the inside through Coppice at the moment. He has got that 15th place now. He is ahead of Pete Harrod, but of course Michael Hall has to do a heck of a lot more overtaking to be able to get that championship victory. And well, Adam Gosling is one of those people that he'd have to overtake, and Adam is already up to 10th place, and he's battling three wide down the start and finish straight. That's Jay Wright and also Tristan Bodis, three wide into Redgate, into turn one. And while Adam Gosling having to get out of it, and that's let Charlie Richardson go down the inside of Adam, and that's going to let him get side by side with him down the corner curves. You've got to be careful through here, boys, because you can have some big accidents here. And while the cars in front, Jay Wright and Tristan Bodis bumping door to door. Jay Wright runs wide over the grass. That's Adam Gosling going alongside Charlie Richardson. Oh, they're all getting involved here, going into McLean's. But at the moment, well, I hear contact. There's a bit of smoke ahead, but drivers all keeping on the track so far. But still, Trevor Blackburn, he's dropped down the field. He's down to 5th place at the moment. So Chaz Draycott is now at the front of the field. We have lost Alex Everett from this race, and Craig Evans is in 2nd, but Michael Jones is having to defend his 3rd place from Roy Verke.
Yeah, Roy Verke trying to make a move there, but as the cars come round to complete this lap, as you say, Trevor Blackburn in the lead there. In fact, Trevor Blackburn not in the lead anymore. He's dropped down into 5th place, so dropped some positions. There's contact as well going through Coppice between Tristan Bodis and Charlie Richardson. Charlie Richardson into the side of Bodis. That lost the Gombrot race some time, but only 3 wide against the Craner Curbs. Don't do this, boys, please. That's Trevor Blackburn along with Michael Jones and Roy Verke. Jim Flanagan not far behind these as well. But Adam Gosling is really trying to go for the pack. If Verkes go wide, the 2-3 wide with the two team Michaels have hit each other. And that's Blackburn into Flanagan. Flanagan's done well to control it. Another tap there as well for Max Wright, and that is now Trevor Blackburn. He's doing a bucket Bronco. He's going to keep hold of it. Oh, fantastic driving from Trevor Blackburn.
Ahead of them though.
That is
and
fantastic.
Who was that ahead of them that went off into the gravel?
That is a Gun Break Racing car in the gravel as well. I think that's the one you're on about.
Yeah, Tristan Bodis, he's gone off into the gravel. He was 13th, and he's dropped right down to 30th now. An absolute disaster for Gun Break Racing there. But being able to, Jim Flanagan won to start with. He did a fantastic job holding on to it. We've got Charlie Richardson is off at the side of the track at the moment. Adam Gosling's run wide out the final chicane. He's trying to battle with Max Wright at the moment. It's all happening in this final race. The standings are changing as we go along. This is absolutely fantastic. But Adam Gosling is the man on the move at the moment. He's up to 6th, but possibly 5th now because he's alongside Roy Verke going down the Craner curve side by side, and he's able to get ahead of Roy, and so that is 5th place at the moment. Adam Gosling doing everything that he needs to do to be able to challenge the championship, but Pete Harrod currently in 13th, he's got the position sorted.
Pete Harrod in 13th, currently winning the championship, but as you say, Adam Gosling on the move, and for him, he can't lose at the moment because he needs to get as high up as he can in case anything happens to Pete Harrod. Adam Gosling, we've seen, makes a rather brave move. We saw him really go 3 wide at the exit of Old Hairpin a couple of laps ago, and for Adam Gosling, he's got to go gung-ho, full attack. If he goes off, he goes off, but he needs to get as high up as he can at the moment to have any chance. But
Harrod down the inside of Alec Bristow, so one of Michael Hall's teammates going side by side down the Starkey Straight, down into that final chicane, and it's going to be Pete Harrod who has the line through there, and that's another position, so up to 12th place for Pete Harrod. Fantastic stuff from the champion-elect, as we've got a car going into the pits. That is Michael Jones. We've got a car coming out the pits as well, as Michael Hall makes a move into Redgate, and through on Neil Bamber goes Michael Hall. But Neil Bamber is going to fight back down the Craner curves, but Michael Hall just seems to have the pace there, and he does make that move stick.
Yeah, Michael Hall needs to get a lot of places, and very quickly. We've had just over 6 minutes of this race to go, and Michael Hall needs to be as far, but he's had a bit of a poor exit, or either that or the car behind him, and Neil Bamber's had a fantastic run right in the back of that CQR car. But that friend Chaz Draycott is in the lead, with Craig McLeod-Evans second and Jim Flanagan in third. Pete Harrod, as you say, is in 11th place. Got Jay Wright just in front of him, but Jay Wright and Neil Bamber fighting very hard in front.
Adam Gosling needs to make these moves now, because he's stuck behind Jim Flanagan at the moment, who is not the easiest of men to get past as Jim Flanagan goes defensive, but all the while Chaz Draycott is 3.6 seconds ahead of Craig McLeod-Evans, so Chaz Draycott doing a fantastic job, and Adam Gosling now, he has got Ben Hackerson getting involved in that battle, so really Gosling needs to make that move. He looks to the inside here, he's only just got the nose in front of him, but down into Redgate corner, and it's going to be Adam Gosling down the inside of Jim Flanagan. Jim Flanagan giving him the room there, giving him the bit of respect there, because he knows he's a championship contender, and Adam Gosling now up to 3rd place.
Yeah, fantastic driving there from Adam Gosling, a gap which he may not have normally taken, but in this race he needs to take every gap and try and make as many moves as possible with a championship predicament, especially with someone like Ben Hackerson coming behind him as well, who is a very quick driver in this series. He wants to try and gap him. The next car between Adam Gosling and the lead is Craig McLeod-Evans, quite a way up the road though at the moment, so Adam Gosling's going to have his work cut out, but we've still got more than half of this race to go. There was just over 7 minutes gone when they crossed the line last time. As far as Pete Harrod goes, Pete Harrod's still in 11th place, but he just needs to stay there at the moment. I know he's going to try and get some more places just to be doubly secure, but as it stands at the moment, he is our Club Series champion, although we've still got about 12-13 minutes to go.
Absolutely, Pete Harrod has got the run on Neil Bamber going into the final chicane, and he's going to look to the inside. It's going to get a bit close there down the inside for Pete Harrod. He runs over that curb, but he's still side by side. They're 3 wide going down the start finish straight. Neil Bamber, Pete Harrod and Matt Bunn, but they go through, and Matt Bunn takes the place as well from Neil Bamber, and Matt Bunn will be doing everything he can to try and take that place off of Pete Harrod, just to give his teammate the best possible chance of getting that championship. But at the moment Michael Hall is not in the place that he needs to be, and Adam Gosling, he's got 3.2 seconds to catch up just on Craig McLeod-Evans, and then he's got another further 4.5 seconds to catch up on Chaz Draycott after that. So with half the race still to go, that's going to be a very, very tall order because Chaz has just run away from in the lead at the moment.
Yeah, Chaz just under 8 seconds ahead of Adam Gosling as they cross the line. A very tall order indeed for Adam Gosling, but he's going to have definitely got to try and have a go at it because it's the only chance he's really got. But Matthew Bunn just behind Pete Harrod now. Pete Harrod's pulled out a car length or so that should mean he's not going to be under threat at that final chicane, which will be a bit of a relief for Pete Harrod because if Matthew Bunn was close enough, you think he may try and have a little move either to try and get past or try to unsettle him psychologically.
John Richardson making the move on Perry Warburton into the final chicane, so he's moved up to 18th place. Fantastic stuff from him, considering he started right at the back of the grid. So great driving from John there towards the end of this race. They're going 3 wide ahead of them into Redgate corner. Ben Gregory trying to make the move on Ian Roskell and also Neil Bamber. And well, he's made the move work on Ian Roskell, but Neil Bamber staying ahead at the moment. And well, at the moment, it's still Chaz Draycott in the lead. We're halfway through the race now. Chaz Draycott in the lead. Craig McLeod-Evans in second place. Adam Gosling in third place, slowly catching up on Craig. We've got Max Wright is running off the track at the moment. He was fourth, and he's been just pushed off the track by
Jim Flanagan.
Jim Flanagan. Yeah,
very lucky not to hit Ben Hackerson there, but a little bit of a touch there from Jim Flanagan. Max Wright losing a few places, but he's able to carry on. Just coming out behind the car there of his brother Max Wright.
And the 2 Wrights going side by side with Pete Harrod behind them. Pete will be wondering what these guys are going to do to each other as well. Pete, look at the exit he's got through that chicane there. Round the outside of Max Wright there. They've got a car off. That's Neil Rocks at the back there. He's completely sideways coming out that final chicane. That's a big, big moment there at the back. And well, we've got a couple of cars. Just not carrying on there, but Pete Harrod has made his way past Max Wright now into 9th place, and everything is just falling into place for Pete at the moment.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Matthew Bunn and Alex Bristow are very close to him there. There's not much between Pete Harrod and his 2 CQR cars. Max Wright between them, but you've got to think that he's going to have a CQR onslaught pretty soon.
John Richardson has a blown engine, so he is not going to finish this race. Or in fact, it was him that got involved with Neil Rocks. He was the one who turned Neil Rocks round, was John Richardson. So, well, it's all happening to him as another car got involved in that as well. But that was a big moment for Neil, and he ended up rolling the car.
Very unfortunate for Neil Rocks there and John Richardson in contact, but at the front Adam Gosling is taking chunks out of Craig McLeod-Evans. He crosses the line a 110.1 for Adam Gosling, and for the car of Craig McLeod-Evans a 110.4, so another 3/10, and Adam Gosling can see that car getting closer and closer to him for second place.
And crucially, he also took 3/10 out of Chaz Draycott as well, as we've got Michael Hall side by side with Ben Hackerson. Ben Hackerson is one of the front-running drivers in this championship. He is a race winner in this season, and well, Michael Hall going down the inside there through Coppice, takes the line and takes the place with Roy Ververke trying to follow his way through. Trying to look down the inside. Ben Hackerson doubts out down the inside into the final chicane, but not able to make that move in through that final chicane, and Michael Hall keeps the place at the moment, so that's up to 5th place for Michael now. He started in 16th place.
And as they come through, again, it's a bit of a position game for Michael Hall onto the back straight. He's just gone past Jim Flanagan, so moved Michael Hall up to 4th place, and Flanagan 2 wheels on the grass there trying to defend, but he's not going to be able to defend well enough. Michael Hall now up to 4th place, but it's not enough because Adam Gosling has a car stopped as well. Was that John Richardson stopped in the middle of the track there?
That is Richardson, yes. So I don't know what he's doing there, whether his engine had finally died at that place. Oh, contact Ben Hackerson and Roy Ververke into Redgate corner. And, well, Hackerson able to keep that place on there, but Harrod is going side by side. He just slots in now in front of Matt Bunn, but Harrod in that 9th place at the moment, looking well for the championship. 6.5 minutes left. Oh, we've got Jay Wright losing control in front of him. Real heart in the mouth moment there for Pete, but he moves up a place into 8th place now. And well, it's every time a car is in front of him, he must sort of take a deep, sharp intake of breath because cars are just losing control left, right, and centre.
There's a little gap though. Oh, it's Warburton's car going round in the background. I think that was a 61 of Perry Warburton. But if if Pete Harrod wanted to play a sensible game here, there's a 3-second gap behind Alex Bristow, which will get him out of this danger zone as such, because he's got Matthew Bunn and Alex Bristow just behind him. He's got a 3-second gap back from Bristow to the car of Neil Bamber, David Crozier. There's a little gap he could fall into if he just wanted to make sure that he was to win that championship and to nullify any potential risk. I don't think he will want to fall back into that gap, but there is a little gap there in the traffic should he want to utilise it.
Well, he's not utilised it because he's just made the move on Jim Flanagan. It's up to 7th place now for Pete Harrod in this race, and Jim Flanagan, not a man to hold back and try and get the place back, but I think everyone realises that there are drivers trying to fight for this championship and they are trying to win it here. We've lost Ben Gregory and Trevor Blackburn and Alex Everett from this race so far. They're your 3 retirements. As John Richardson as well, he's not moving as well, so he's not moving. Chaz Draycott, he's suddenly what's happened to him? He's suddenly out. Has he just got has he suddenly lost got disqualified?
Oh, that's heartbreaking for Chaz Draycott, our series admin. That is a real shame for Chaz. He looked like he was on the way to victory, but that means now is that we can have a great battle for the win here between Craig McLeod-Evans, Adam Gosling and Michael Hall, because Michael Hall is starting to catch up to Adam Gosling. He's clear of that group. McLeod-Evans leads by 0.9 of a second, but Michael Hall 3 seconds back. We've got 4 minutes to go. I think realistically, it's between McLeod-Evans and Gosling. Gosling, if he can get past McLeod-Evans, has done all he could have done by winning this race, but the Pete Harrod now up to 6th place, of course, with that Draycott retirement. It's all falling straight into Pete Harrod's hands, and Pete Harrod, I think we can say, unless he's had some very, very last lap drama here, he is on his way currently to being our Club Series champion. Cars on the grass behind, look like one of the Richardsons there.
Well, we've seen drivers getting disqualified from the first race and this race now. It's so easy to pick up incident points as there's cars behind Jim Flanagan and Matt Bunn. There was smoke coming from both of those cars. They obviously made contact, but Matt Bunn letting Jim Flanagan go back ahead in front of him. But really, it's all happening as John Richardson has got really bad connection. He's lapped down. In fact, he's 2 laps down, but he's in the middle of that pack at the moment. But yeah. Really,
John Richards had contact there from one of the rights, but he was blinking out, in and out. Massive connection issues there. He can't fault the other drivers, and I think John Richardson really should pull that car into the pits, because with a problem like that, it's not causing anyone any favours there.
Absolutely not. The both Richardsons then really struggling in this race, but Craig McLeod-Evans, credit to him, he was a late comer into this championship, and he's doing a fantastic job at the front, but he doesn't want to go off track too much, because as I was about to say, we've seen how easily it is to make mistakes here, and how easy it is to end up disqualified from these races here at Donington.
Yeah, just going off track a little bit can get you what's known in iRacing as a 1x, and that counts towards your total, and I think it's 12 they get in this series before they're disqualified, 12x.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's 12 instant limits. So yeah, they get instant points if there's contact as well. If they lose control, there's instant points as well. As Adam Gosling flying over the final chicane there to start another lap. Just looking further down the order, we've got battles with J Wright and Max Wright still going on. They're stuck behind Matt Bunn at the moment. Pete Harrod, he's moved up to 5th place now ahead of Roy Viverke. So Pete doing a fantastic job to real champions drive here to be able to move forward, and I hope I haven't just given them the curse of the commentators there.
Oh, I hope not. There's a good battle there between the Wrights, Jim Flanagan and Alex Bristow. To say Jim Flanagan, a Scotsman who never likes to back down from a challenge on the track, so I know Jim quite well from the time with him at Team EOR, and yeah, I think he's one of the last people I'd actually want to fight, because I know that he will fight till the bitter end with Jim Flanagan, and in a good battle here of Alex Bristow and the 2 Wrights.
Well, that's it. You've got J Wright, Max Wright, Jim Flanagan and Alec Bristow. Alec Bristow's another man who doesn't take a step backward in coming forward, so he certainly will make a move on drivers. We've got other drivers behind. Neil Bamber, he's battling away with Philip Johansson at the moment. There's only 0.3 of a second between them. See how close they are. They're just off the back of that group of 4 at the moment, but down into that chicane for another time. We've got a minute left in this race. Oh, it's going to be close, is this, as to whether we get another lap in here, because they're going through Redgate there. I think they may just be on the last lap, but we'll have to wait and see. But it's Craig McLeod-Evans. He's keeping ahead of Adam Gosling, and in fact, he's stayed about 0.8 of a second ahead for these last few laps. So great job from Craig as the
Car
car
off in
going
front of them, and that's caused them to go wide. I think I got a little bit distracted by
Michael
the car in
Jones.
front, Michael Jones. But luckily for Craig McLeod-Evans, he doesn't seem to have been in the squad fight. He seems to not have lost too much time. Although Adam Gosling is a bit closer now. He's gone a little bit wide again. Craig McLeod-Evans needs to be really careful. Michael Jones going off seems to have hit his composure a little bit, but he's only got one more corner to go now. He's got back straight and the final chicane separating Craig McLeod-Evans from his first Club Series win.
Absolutely, down the Starkey straight he goes. There's only half a second between them, and well, it's been an absolutely fantastic fight back from Adam Gosling to try and take the win here today. But coming across the line now is Craig McLeod-Evans for his first victory in the Club Series. Fantastic job from him, and just coming across the line now also in 5th place, and your champion for the second season of the BSR Kia Club Series, Pete Harrod, comes across the line in 5th place and takes that championship. Absolutely fantastic job from him to take that championship position and check that championship win. We've lost Alec Bristow. He's dropped back on the final lap there. He's dropped back down to 18th place, so big instant there for Alex. But well, fantastic drive from Pete. We've still got cars coming across the line at the moment. We've got a few more just coming through here. Chris Sherburn is still running. He is on. He's the final one of the runners on the lead lap. He's coming down into the final chicane. We might as well give him a little bit of exposure time here through the final chicane. Nicely clipped that on apex on the right hander there, and across the line he comes to finish in 22nd place. But fantastic work from Pete Harrod to start in 17th to finish 5th. He's done exactly what it was that he needed to do. What we'll do quickly is just have a look at Alex Bristow's little incident on that final chicane. Sorry, out the exit of Redgate, sorry. For them, and yeah, it certainly was a big moment for Alec Bristow coming through there and made contact. Max Wright and Alec Bristow came together. Bristow heavily into the barrier there. Max Wright also into the barrier as well. And Alec Bristow came across the track just behind Ian Roskell. Luckily didn't catch him to take him out, but big moment there for Alec Bristow at the start of that final lap.
Yeah, not the way Alex Bristow would have wanted to end his season. That's it now with Max Wright, but fantastic final race here, and Pete Harrod really showed that a champion's drive there. He's had 2 consistent finishes, and that's really what sets him apart from the rest of the field this season, is that he's managed to keep himself out of trouble, and he's driven a fantastic race here, which really shows what he's done this season, and a very worthy winner of the BSR Club Series.
Yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic job there. I'm hoping that Pete will join us at some point here. I know he doesn't like he doesn't feel comfortable, but it would be nice to congratulate him, because it would be it is a fantastic achievement to be able to win this Kia Club Series when it looked like Adam Gosling would have won this championship partway through the season. But I will have to say, fantastic drive from Adam Gosling to get so close to winning that race.
Yeah, within 4/10, and Craig McLeod-Evans as well. He did a good job as well. I think he's 2nd or 3rd at the end of the first lap, but got to feel sorry for Chaz Draycott as well. A connection issue, I think he was in the end, but saw him up, not disqualification, but cruel luck for Chaz. But Craig McLeod-Evans did well. He had Adam Gosling and Michael Hall catching him quickly, but he managed to keep them at bay, although that ends Michael Jones on the final lap, I think, put him off a little bit there. He saw a couple of mistakes, where before then, McLeod-Evans had driven very well, very composed, but Michael Jones went off at old hairpin, and it seemed that like McLeod-Evans maybe was a little bit flustered by that, but got across the line to finish first, and it was a Club Series victory for Craig McLeod-Evans as first, and Adam Gosling and Michael Hall, fantastic drive for Michael Hall, 23rd up to 3rd, but it wasn't enough, and I think Adam Gosling will finish the series in 2nd, and Michael Hall in 3rd with that result.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the points tally just to be finalised we are getting sort of live updates of the championship standings, so we will be able to bring you the final championship standings in a moment. But certainly a fantastic race for Adam Gosling there. And well, what we'll do is we'll just quickly have a word with our Apex commentator colleague, and one of the unluckiest men in this race today, Andrew Woodhouse. You certainly had an eventful start to that race, Andrew.
Yeah, I made a mess of that, didn't I? Yeah, I just went a bit too fast on Craners and ended up, lost the car, tried to control it, and twitched the other way. And unfortunately, that was pretty much me done because I was about 5 seconds behind everybody else. I caught up to a few guys, but yeah, it was a shame. But it was a good race. I wanted to come in and have a chat anyway because on behalf of all the Apex management and the entire team, I want to say that thank you very much to yourself and to Dan for a wonderful season of BSR Kia Club Series, because without you guys we wouldn't have been able to put on this show for everybody and give everybody some extra Kia races. So well done and thank you.
Well, let's not forget also Samuli Kumo's done the camera work as well.
Yes.
Absolutely fantastic from him to capture all of the action, and certainly plenty of action. But you've missed a couple of rounds of this championship. But how would you say that it went for you? Were you disappointed with where you've sort of been in the races, or would you have expected to be further up?
I think the start of the season was very good. I think Monza I was strong. I was strong in a couple of the other races as well. But yeah, I think I need to get better and I need to dedicate myself a little bit more for next season because these guys are quick. These guys are much quicker than they were at the start of the season, and of course I haven't got any quicker really. So yeah, these guys they're a credit to the series, and I'm sure it'll be great to see some of them in the Pro Series, but for me, I need to improve.
I think maybe sticking to commentary.
Well, I am actually thinking of retiring from racing. For several reasons, but
we enjoy seeing the selfie car, even if it does creep us out with your eyes out the boot lid.
Yeah, that's just how I am, I guess. I can't do much about that, but no. But the commentary is what my real passion is, and that's what I enjoy listening to you guys. I enjoy the broadcast of the Pro Series, and the thing is that this is a feeder series for the BSR Pro Series, the iRacing BSR Pro Series as it is now, and onwards and upwards for both series, and the Club Series will no doubt continue bigger and better.
Well, just to speak about the Pro Series quickly, we go on to, well, not the Pro Series, but the Winter Series. We go on to Zolder next. It's the scene of many incidents for myself, but it always produces good racing as well, doesn't it, Andrew?
Yeah, it does. It's a very tight circuit, as you know, and very tricky. I mean, racing the Blancpain there as well, the GT Series, and it's a nice track. I think when you get the rhythm, it's very, very good, and I think it's going to provide a really good Winter Series race. But I just want to obviously give congratulations to Pete Harrod for winning the title, and for everybody else for running in really close.
Absolutely. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't look like Pete is going to join us here in the commentary, so we'll pass on our congratulations as well to Pete for an absolutely fantastic way to finish off that championship, keeping it exciting all the way to the end. I can tell you that he finished 56 points ahead of Adam Gosling at the end there, with Michael Hall in third place with 69 points behind. Magic Sakovic in the end up finishing on 131 points behind Pete Harrod, and John Richardson, not a good week for him. He finishes 281 points behind Pete in the championship standing. So what we'll do is we will catch a quick word with somebody else as well. Thanks a lot, Andrew, for joining us as well, by the way. What we'll do is we'll have a quick word with somebody else. In fact, what we'll do is, Dan, why don't you have a word with series... how should we call him? Series administrator is one nice way of putting it, but I know he's been called a few other things. But have a word with Chaz Draycott, the series organiser.
Yeah, I'm here with Chaz Draycott. Chaz, that's also good for you, but a mechanical failure on your connection stifled you there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it did. I've literally just taken a screenshot actually of when it disconnected on the Mumble chat server, and the internet was actually down for just 10 seconds, and it reconnected. So that's what cost it me. But oh well, at the end of the day, it's just like you say, it's like having a mechanical failure in real life, innit? So there we go. It's good racing otherwise, though. It was great.
Yeah, a fantastic race for you, and it's overall what the whole season's been, the second season of our Kia Club Series. And how do you feel it's gone on the whole as an organiser and as far as the racing goes?
Well, I was just having a chat with everyone then. We've got one big chat group going on, and everyone seemed to enjoy it. So it was nice to see. Really, I've enjoyed it. I think it's been great. I mean, every series has its little hiccups as we've had on the Facebook page and so on. But who cares, eh? The racing was good. That's what matters.
See you taking a step out of Mr. Woodhouse's book with a picture of yourself on the side of the car for the final one too.
That wasn't actually by choice. Mr. Leggett's actually the one to thank for that. He did that actually without me knowing. Apparently he got all the other admins to go through the, all my Facebook selfies, because apparently they all look the same, which I'll admit they do. And then they decided on two to put on the car without me knowing.
Very good work for that. Keeps the humour into the series. So
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Anyone else you'd like to thank at all for the series?
Well, I'd like to thank all the lads that helped me being admins. They were really good help. We had a good laugh all season. Everyone for racing, really. Everyone had a good laugh. We had a lot of good drivers this season, a lot of quick people. Yeah, everyone, really. Everyone that's been involved with it. It's been great. And you guys for broadcasting it as well. You've done a really good job. You've made it as entertaining as it is.
Thank you very much. And can you give away any secrets on what Series 3 could produce in this club series?
Well, not a clue, really. I think there's a few good team lineups coming up. I'm not going to ruin it for anyone else if they want to announce it, but we've at iGlazing, me and Ben Gregory are sticking together. Hackerson's going to the Pro Series next season, but we've actually got Adam Gosling coming in as well, which should be quite interesting.
Oh, big announcement there. There's Adam Gosling for iGlazing next season.
Indeed.
And that's really another subject you pointed out there with Ben Hackerson going to the Pro Series. Obviously, this being the official feeder series, you could say, for that Pro Series. It must be good to see drivers from this series being scouted and watched by those in the Pro Series and making that step up.
Yeah, it's really good to see, actually. I know, I think Matt Bunn and Liam Atkins are going up there as well for next season. That's it's good. It's nice to see them pair going up as well, because I know Matt's been quick all year. It's a shame he's not got a win, really, to be honest. But yeah, like I say, like you say, it's nice to see people making the step up. I know there's a few more further down the ranks as well that are doing it. So yeah, it's good to see.
Anything you'd like to add to that, Paul?
No, I think we've gone through everything there. It's just been absolutely fantastic championship. I brought in a couple of us also from the admin team, Matt Bunn and Liam Atkins, and I'll start with you, Liam. I suppose you'd be a little bit disappointed that to the way that your championship finished there towards the end, having a couple of incidents in those two races.
Yeah, it was a shame on the last one, but I've had such a good season, such a big improvement on last year. So I'm happy with the season overall. It's just a shame it ended on the way it did.
And just as a season for a whole fail race, finishing second in the championship, you must be delighted though, because there is some strong lineups there, especially from teams like iGlazing.
Yeah, it's delighted that we come second with the two-driver team, and but it's a shame we couldn't keep the title from season one. But CQR are well deserved. They've had a brilliant season. iGlazing's been unlucky, and Club 73's been unlucky as well.
And well, yourself and Matt Bunn, you do move up into the Pro Series next season. I know that. It's how do you think your step up will go? And I'll bring you into this as well, Matt. How do you think it'll go for both of you in the Pro Series?
Personally, I have no idea, because I've never run in a Pro Series race. I know Matt's done a couple of privateer races, so he got some idea on what it's like, but I have no idea, so I was going in blind.
Matt?
I think it's going to be similar to the club series. You've got the drivers that give you room, you've got drivers that don't give you room. I think we're not going to be up the front end of the pack. I'm hoping maybe sort of middle of the pack. But yeah, it's just going to be a case of sort of not going all guns blazing and just trying to keep the consistency from the get-go and just look at the points rather than sort of top 10 finishes or anything like that. So look at the long game rather than the short game, I think.
And just to regard to yourself for tonight, finishing second in that first race, that was a good result for yourself, and you did certainly all that you could do to help your teammate to try and win that championship, and just unfortunately not able to get it done at the end there.
Yeah, no, it was a good race to begin with. I had a little bit of a worse race too, but managed to claw back and get a few points again in race 2. But overall, championship's been really good. It's continuously improving. I look forward to seeing it develop even more. I think Chaz has done a good job. There's been a few hiccups along the way, but I mean we're only into the second season and things are just going to get better and better. So. But I just like to thank everyone while I'm on, just all the drivers and that. We've got a really good bunch of guys. They're all great to talk to, all good to race with. So yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, guys, for the entertaining races, and certainly being good to see you, watch you guys racing, and good luck for next season. Chaz, will we see you in the club series again next season?
Yeah, I'll be racing. I'll be in the lovely pink and white cars that you've seen. Yeah, I'll be here. I'll always be about.
Alright, so at least we'll get to commentate on yourself then. So from the three of you, Chaz Draycott, Liam Atkins, Matt Bunn, thanks very much for joining us, and congratulations on a fantastic season.
Thanks very much. Get Craig Evans in. They're shouting for him on the chat.
We'll certainly have to speak to him, but I'll just quickly, while we're organising that, just go through the team standings just as they finished as well. CQR, as we said before the start of that first race, they did win the championship, 2,469 points, with Fail Racing second place. And then Club 73 ended up in third place, with Team Iglazing in fourth, Gunbrook Racing in fifth. Really close battle between Gunbrook Racing and ARF, who finished 6th, and Right Motorsport, who finished 7th. Powerslide Motorsports, they finished in 8th, with Team Mad just finishing ahead of Half Baked Racing. Real close battle between those two, and Team Superior finishing in the 11th place. And Dan, well, you got the race winner with you, Craig Evans.
Yeah, a very popular addition from the YouTube channel. They want to see Craig Evans and hear what he's got to say, so here he is. Craig, fantastic race from you. It sounds like you've done a lot of racing on this circuit as well today, and that last lap with Michael Jones going off seemed like it could have maybe flustered you a little bit, but you managed to hold on to that composure, take your victory, the first of the season and the first in the series. How do you feel?